You've probably heard the saying that millionaires are made, not born. But what if I told you that where you live could be just as important as what you do? The truth is, some cities are quietly minting new millionaires at a staggering pace. Between rising property values, booming job markets, and explosive business growth, a handful of places across the country are turning ordinary residents into wealthy ones, sometimes within just a few years of arriving. Today on Atlas Uncovered, we're going to look at the top 10 boomtowns creating new millionaires. Before we dive in, a quick note. Wealth building looks different for everyone, and these cities aren't guarantees. But if you're someone who's looking to plant roots in a place that gives your finances the best possible chance to grow, this list is for you. Number 1. Austin, Texas. If there's one city that's become synonymous with explosive growth over the past decade, it's Austin. Tesla, Apple, Oracle, and dozens of other major companies have either relocated or expanded here, turning this once quirky college town into one of the most powerful economic engines in the entire country. What does that mean for you? Jobs, high-paying ones. The average tech salary in Austin hovers around $120,000, and with no state income tax in Texas, workers get to keep significantly more of what they earn compared to states like California or New York. And then there's real estate. Those who bought homes in Austin in the early 2000s have seen their property values increase by as much as 300% in some neighborhoods. The city isn't cheap anymore. But for those who get in now and ride the next wave of growth, Austin remains one of the most compelling wealth-building destinations in America. Number 2. Boise, Idaho. A decade ago, Boise wasn't exactly on most people's radar. Today, it's one of the fastest-growing cities in the country, and its residents are reaping the rewards. Between 2010 and 2023, the median home price in Boise rose from roughly $160,000 to over $450,000. For homeowners who were already there, that's a gain of nearly $300,000 in equity on a single property. But it's not just real estate driving the wealth here. Boise has become a hub for technology and manufacturing companies, including Micron Technology, one of the largest semiconductor manufacturers in the world, which has its headquarters right in the city. The cost of living, while rising, is still significantly more affordable than coastal cities. And with Idaho's relatively low tax burden, more of your money stays in your pocket. For those willing to trade big city glamour for wide-open mountain scenery and a growing economy, Boise might be the smartest move you can make. Number 3. Nashville, Tennessee. Music City has a lot more going for it than country music and hot chicken these days. Nashville has become a magnet for both corporations and entrepreneurs, with companies like Oracle and Amazon establishing major presences in the city. This influx of business has created thousands of high-paying jobs and driven up real estate values in a big way. In fact, between 2012 and 2022, the median home value in Nashville increased by over 200%. Here's the kicker. Tennessee has no state income tax on wages. That means a six-figure earner in Nashville takes home thousands more each year than someone doing the same job in a state like California. When you combine a booming job market with no income tax and rapidly appreciating property values, it's not hard to see why so many people are building real wealth here. Number 4. Scottsdale, Arizona. Scottsdale has long had a reputation as a playground for the wealthy, but these days, it's also becoming a place where new wealth is being created. The greater Phoenix metro area, which includes Scottsdale, has seen an enormous wave of corporate relocations over the past several years. Intel, Taiwan Semiconductor, and USAA are just a few of the names that have made major investments in the region. But what makes Scottsdale particularly interesting is its thriving entrepreneurial ecosystem. The city consistently ranks among the top places in the country to start a business, thanks to a business-friendly, regulatory environment and a network of investors and accelerators. And Arizona's flat income tax rate means that as your business or salary grows, you won't face the kind of tax escalation you'd see in other states. Real estate has followed the economic momentum, with home values in Scottsdale rising dramatically over the last decade. Whether you're a startup founder, a remote worker, or someone looking to invest in real estate, Scottsdale has become a place where the conditions for wealth creation are hard to beat. Number 5. Raleigh, North Carolina. Raleigh sits at the heart of what's known as the Research Triangle, a region that also includes Durham and Chapel Hill, and it has quietly become one of the most important economic hubs in the entire Southeast. The Triangle is home to major research universities like Duke, UNC, and NC State, which feed a constant stream of educated talent into the region's booming tech and biotech sectors. Companies like Apple, Google, and Pfizer have all made significant investments in the area, creating thousands of well-paying jobs. Here's what makes Raleigh especially compelling for wealth builders. The cost of living is still well below the national average in many respects, even as salaries have climbed to match those in far more expensive cities. That gap between what you earn and what you spend is exactly where wealth is created. Raleigh home values have more than doubled over the past decade, and analysts expect the region to continue growing for years to come. Number 6. Huntsville, Alabama. This one might surprise you. Huntsville, Alabama isn't a name that typically comes up in conversations about boomtowns, but the numbers tell a different story. Huntsville is home to a massive aerospace and defense industry anchored by NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center and Redstone Arsenal, one of the largest military installations in the country. Defense contractors like Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and Raytheon all have major operations here, and the average household income in Huntsville is among the highest of any city in the Southeast. Now here's the part that really gets interesting. While salaries in Huntsville are competitive with major metros, the cost of living is a fraction of what you'd find in cities like Washington, D.C. or San Jose, two places with similar defense and tech job markets. Median home prices in Huntsville are still well under $400,000, meaning high earners can save and invest at a pace that simply isn't possible in more expensive cities. For those in aerospace, defense, or engineering, Huntsville may be the single best wealth-building opportunity in America right now. Number 7. Fort Worth, Texas. While its neighbor Dallas often gets more attention, Fort Worth has been quietly outpacing many larger cities in terms of economic growth. Fort Worth's economy is anchored by a diverse mix of industries, including aviation, manufacturing, and healthcare, with American Airlines headquartered just next door in Fort Worth's broader metro area. But what's really driving wealth creation here is the combination of affordable housing and rapid population growth. More people moving in means higher demand for housing, and higher demand means rising property values. For those who bought in Fort Worth just 5 or 6 years ago, the equity gains have been substantial. And, like the rest of Texas, there's no state income tax, which gives every worker and business owner a built-in financial advantage compared to most other states. Number 8. Columbus, Ohio. Columbus doesn't have the coastal cachet of Miami or the name recognition of Seattle, but it has something that many boomtowns lack: staying power. Construction jobs, supplier contracts, service businesses, and real estate all benefit when a company of Intel's scale moves in. Meanwhile, Columbus has one of the most affordable housing markets of any major U.S. city, making it possible for middle-income earners to build equity in ways that simply aren't accessible in pricier metros. For those looking for a long-term play with lower risk and strong upside, Columbus deserves serious consideration. Number 9. Charleston, South Carolina. Charleston is best known for its gorgeous antebellum architecture, world-class restaurants, and beautiful coastline. Number 10. Frisco, Texas. We're ending our list with one of the fastest-growing cities in America, and one that may have the most concentrated wealth creation of any city its size. For those who can get into the market now, Frisco may still have significant room to run. Wealth isn't just about what you earn, it's about where you put yourself. What about the top cities where your dollar goes the furthest? Watch our next video to find out.